All right, this is 9:15 by my time here. So we are going to begin this class. This is a advanced web development class for batch 2. You guys are in the second batch of this class. So on last class we did a couple of things. Okay, let me take you to my screen. Let me take you to my screen here. All right, we did a couple of things. We had an introduction to web design. I believe you all have this. I believe you have this. If you don't have that, don't worry. I don't know if I sent this to the group, but I'll have to resend it back. I have to resend it to the group after this class. So expect to have this after the class. So this is what we did on our basic class. We did just some basic work: skeleton, paragraphing, links, tables, images and videos, divs, class and ID, classes and ID. Now I hope you in our previous class that we are able to understand this, because we'll be using this a lot. Div, okay, but just this is just to tell you that it's a concept in a web design, but this div is what we need to understand. Anyway, we are still going to do all this again. So this is our outline for this course. If you already have this, you should scroll down on the paid tutorial. This is okay. Sorry, there was a bit of a network issue there, but we are back. So like I said, we'll be doing a listing. We'll be handling, okay, we did tables, we'll still be handling that. Padding and margin for HTML. We're handling form. We're handling forms. And then I think there's a bend for CSS. I think this is where we have the work. This is where we have work, because we have a lot to cover. Types of styling for beginners, styling for, okay, aligning, styling, background styling, display, margin and padding, mouse events, floats, positioning, navigation bar, flex, hover, active, focus, events, transformation, footer, import, external designs, icon, media query, and all that. So this is basically what we'll be doing for this class. Now I want you to, if you're on your PC, I want you to create a new folder. I believe this is what we had for our basic class. Now for this class, I want you to create a new folder and name it advanced. If you're on your phone, do the same thing. Create a new folder, call it advanced, and then we're going to be opening this folder with a VS Code. Okay, I think I shut down my VS Code. I'm going to open this folder with VS Code. Now open folder. Same thing you should do on your mobile, where you can open, where you access files. I think it's somewhere around here on mobile phones. You select your file, advanced, click. Now this is what we are going to be having. Okay, advanced. I'm on advanced. Yeah. Now on my advanced, I have new file here. Let me call it index. Like I said, your first space should always be index. No. Index.html. Now, if you're okay, I'm not treating PHP with you guys, but I can just give you some clue. Like if you're having, let's say, if you're coding a JavaScript file, let's say rename. If you're doing, okay, this index.html, this is for HTML. Then if you're coding on PHP, you can use index.php. See, there's a different icon here. Then for CSS, index.css, same thing. And then JavaScript, you have index.js. If you're dealing with external APIs, that's where you need to link your website to some pages. So let's say like a movie website. I think I have a movie website here. I'm going to show you guys. Let's say index.json. This is an API for, this is for APIs. So let me show you. I have something like okay, it should be on my HTML file. Okay, I think it should be HTML1. Okay, it should be here. I think I should show you something like Open with code. Now let's launch this. Okay, app.js. Okay, index. You see? Okay, no. Let's open this. Open with live server. Can see, so I'm just showing you a custom design of what a movie can look like. Okay, fantastic beast. Okay, you can see it's loading. It's actually loading from an external page. That's why I have this. Loading from an external pages. You can do some designs. Okay, I think it's kind of scattered, but this is just what you can achieve with your JavaScript, but we are not handling JavaScript. I'm just telling you, for you guys that might want to, that really want to go into coding like full time. I know that some people want to go into web design full time. You can. JavaScript is kind of very complicated. It's not hard, it's not easy, it's not hard, but I might be showing you a few tricks you can learn on JavaScript. So I'm going to cancel this. Now let's get back to our code. Now I said I'm going to be handling revision on what we did so far. We did okay, this is basic. I'm head here. Let me quickly give you a rundown on this. We did skeleton. So okay, we're back. Sorry, still network. You know how it goes, how network goes here. So if you are typing anything, if you are your paragraph, your link, make sure it's inside here, because some of you have that problem. Make sure everything you type should be inside the body, should be inside here. Then make sure your body has an ending. If not, this page won't work. Let me show you. Let's say, for instance, I have P problem 7. I'm going to see this page now. Open with live server. Shows here. But the moment I remove this, Control L. Okay, it's not showing. Let's say. Okay, still showing. I think, is this my Chrome? Am I on Chrome? Okay, it's still showing, but for those on mobile, I think it's showing because, okay, I'm using, okay, yeah. For those on mobile, if you do this, it's very wrong. You won't have any results here. I'm not going to have any results here at all. I'm not going to have any results here. It's going to show you error and more error and more error. This is what you should have. I'm not showing you, because if you launch this on the web, you won't have anything. You won't have anything at all. So make sure anything you're doing is inside, everything is inside your body. Now let's have a quick rundown. This is the skeleton. This is skeleton. Okay. Now have our heading, title. Let me use our title. Let me call it advanced web. Save. Okay, see, our title has changed. Now we have a paragraphing. Let's see. P, like I already did here. Okay, let me start with the header. H1. Welcome to advanced web class. Okay, save. This is my header. Okay, we also did something on center. We did something like center. Yes. So let me just carry out this and put it inside there. Okay, centered. Okay, maybe I don't want my paragraph. Let me say I don't want my paragraph. I just want this one to be centered. So let's have a different here. Let's say roll 70. We have this. This is what we have. Okay. This is for our paragraphing. Our buttons. Let's add some button here. Let's add some button. BR space BR. Kind of having some space here. Okay. Here. Button. You can have a, let's call it submit button. Have another button here. Let's call it advanced. There's another button, submit advanced. Okay. Now for our links, let me take it to the center. Let me take the links to the center. Let's say A. Now for this, okay, no. Now for this link here, I think this one of you guys has a problem with this link. Now, whenever you're typing a HTML code, the functions are always inside the tag. This is the tag. This one and this and this here and here. This is the beginning, this is the opening tag, and this is the closing tag. Now everything you have is inside the opening tag. If you want to add function, let's say if you want to style inside your tag, you can style there inside the tag. Now like this one, now I can link an external page here. Let's say www, okay, let's say Stefan.ru and call it games. You cannot get Stefan.ru, okay, but it should take you to any external website. It should take you to external websites. Let's say okay, search. I hope you guys, please, if you guys have any question, please feel free to comment. Please feel free to comment so I can go back. If you don't understand anything, I'm actually on the comment section right now, so if you don't understand anything, please feel free to comment. Bing.com, search. Okay, cannot get link. Let's say, let me get some link here. That's odd. That's very odd. Maybe because I'm using localhost. Let's say, can I use thing? Okay, let me get this. Let me get this link. Now let's come here and put this link inside here. Okay, search. As you can see, it's loading. You see, it's loading, so you can do a lot of things with your links. I'm still going to be showing you how to section your pages with links too for this class, but for now we are doing a brief revision of all we did. We have links, we have tables. Okay, we have 3 guys on this class, so I'm going to use your names. Tables. Okay, let's say okay, inside our table we have our first row. Let me call it table header 1 is a reg number. Okay, table head 2 should be name. Table header 3 should be, what should I use here? Let me use sex. The table header tr. For the last one, let me use okay, no, I think this 3 is enough. So like I said, we use th here. We open the table. Okay, I haven't named my table. There's no name on my table, so let me do that. Let me add caption. Caption is what you use to like give a name. Let's say Ctrl S. You see now, this is what I have. Okay, need to give some space. BR, break line, then let's cut all this. Ctrl X, cut. center, Ctrl V. Now inside our table we have our caption. Let's say student info. Student info. Now under it you have our first table row. This is your row. Everything here is your row straight. Have our first table row, which is the first table and the first item here, table header reg number, second table header name. So let's come down. We have our second table row. Now for our table data, okay, we have three table data. So let me copy this. Ctrl V, Ctrl V, Ctrl V. Now for the first name, first reg number, let's say 001, second 002, and third 003. Table row. Now for our second row we have Ctrl V, Ctrl V, V. We have our names. Let's say Mr. dot AR, Mr. R. And then Mr. Pry, and then we have Mr. Pro. Okay, that's it for our third row. And now for our last row, that's our fourth row. Same thing here. I think I'm going down too much. Okay, this is sex, so we have male. Male. Now you see I have all this under here. Now we are still going to do CSS, customize all this. So for now we are done with tables, images and videos. Okay, I believe, okay, you guys already know how to use this. I don't want to drag us so back. You already know how to input images and videos, but if you don't, let me quickly do that now. Go back to my basic. Let me copy D with the bar. Okay, one of image and one of video. Control C. I'll paste it here. Control V. Inside my file. Paste. Okay. Okay, you see my is already inside my file now. So let me import it after this. Okay, I still want it centered. So let's break a line. Break another line. IMG. Okay, source, we want it to be D. Okay, don't want this. Control S. So this is what we have. Okay, sorry, this is what we have. Let me reduce the size, height by 400 px, then width by 600 px. Okay, that's it for images. Then video, you can still do this like this. You can decide to, you know, use source inside here, but let me just, for quick sake, you might be in a hurry to like finish up your file, and so add our Zenith video here. Let's reduce it. Let me just copy everything here. Sometimes coding can just save yourself some time and copy some stuff. Save. See, same height. Okay, the height is kind of, well, we want controls. Out the context take menu, but I don't want that. Let me controls. Okay, you see, you can now play this. You can play this now.
Growing up here wasn't always easy. good days and bad days. It's around every corner. Still, here we are, alive, well and
okay, I don't want to play all this. Let's not.
thriving.
Okay, that's
It was
for
built,
videos.
not
Any other
bought.
thing? Pause. This is paid. Okay, div. I'm going to do this div then for classes and ID. Same thing. I think we are done. We are done for HTML. I think that's it. So for CSS. Okay, please comment. Should we continue with CSS or should I end the class here, please? And we continue with CSS on Friday. So please comment. I just need your comment now. Should we continue with CSS? Should I head on to the class with CSS or should I skip that and leave it for Friday? Please, I need to know. Hope you guys are following. If you're following, please let me know. Let me know, please. I think we are just two now. The other guy is not here. Okay. Between tables and what is the difference between tables and TR? Okay, thank God, thank you for calling me back on that. I'll explain that now. The difference between table and TR. Okay, I'll explain that. Sorry. For your tables, think we okay. Now table, you can't have this. Let me delete this now. Just that VS Code has a way of kind of arranging things even without. You see, you asked me what's the difference between table and that's table tag and then TR. You see this? You see how this is now? Everything is in a table row, is in a row. It's not recognized as a table, it's just recognized as row. TR means row, it's actually row, that's ROW, table row, that's what it means. But then table, actually TR means row, it's just row, just keeps everything straight on a straight line. Then if you as you can see, there's no header, nothing on it, everything is just on a single file. It doesn't recognize it. But the moment you add your table, the moment you have your table, once everything, this TR now, this TR works very well inside a table. It means table row. This is, okay, let me save. You see, this is row 1, row 2, row 3, and row 4. This is the last row, row 4. Row 3, row 2, and row 1. This is our caption. This is the name we give our info. So as you can see, everything is inside the table. Everything is inside the table. You see, this is the table beginning tag and this is the closing tag. Everything here is inside the table. This caption, we used it to give name to our table, and then because you can see TR, we have the first item on the first. This is reg number. This then TH is table header. As you can see, header is outlined here. Name, sex is outlined here. You see, here is kind of black. Let me zoom in. As you can see, here is kind of black, kind of bold, bolder. Let me check. I hope you're following, please. Okay, let's continue with CSS. We are following. Okay. I'm still coming to that. I'll come to that video. Okay, I'll come to that. I'm reading your comments now. Sorry, I'm just reading it now. I'll come to that. I'll come to that. So as for the table, you understand that the table row works inside the table. So table row 1, then you have your table header 1, reg number, your table header 2, name, your table header 2, 3, that's your sex. Then you now have the second row. You see this one has ended. This is where this one ended. As you can see, there's a slash here. This is first table row. Then under that row, you see this one, you see this is, you see under this row now you have the second row. That's why this is under. This one is under now. This is the second row. You have your table data. It's no longer table head. Table head is th. It boldens it so you can know which is header. That's like your name, your reg number. Then this is table data. What is inside the table? As you can see here, 001, 002 is just under here. Use it to arrange it. Yeah. So table data, Mr. Array and Mr. Prime, Mr. Pro. This is our last row. Everything is under here. Now let me get back to your question. You said while trying to add a video, can you use video? Okay, let's use that. Let's use that. Let's clear this first. Let's see. Okay, it's gone. Let me give it a little space. Video. I have to clear this since I'm not using this src. You can use this, the other one I use. Let's say, okay, src, sorry, source. This is our source tag. For that one you said now that's using src source, but we want to use that source inside the video. So let's now type our src. You now put the video name Zenith / Zenith. Now let me give it height. Same thing I did on the other one. The difference is just this src, this thing now is not inside here. It's now inside the video tag. That's just the difference. That's the only difference it has. So let's put V and then add controls, because without controls you can't play the video. You see?
Growing up here.
Same thing. If I decide to remove this space here now, let me remove this break line. See, it comes together, but I don't want this. I want it like this, so it's best like this. All right. So in the absence of that, any other question? Let me check. Okay, no other question. Okay, now you said we should continue with CSS. Okay, now let's head to CSS. Let's head to CSS. No problem. Now for our CSS, I taught you guys internal styling and external styling. So let me just use internal styling here. Let me use under our title. Let me use external link. I want to link our CSS, as you can see. Link CSS here, style sheet. Now this is not the name I want. I want my index.css. Next to my index.css. So if you don't link it, nothing is going to happen. So let's first of all set our page. As you can see, you can see our page is kind of disarranged. So let's give it some kind of margin, padding. So okay, let's set our page. Remember I said we use the asterisks. Use that for customizing our page. Box sizing, we want to put our box sizing, we want a border box. Then for our margin, remember what I said, let's add margin of 20 px. You see, it's kind of even much, it's too much. Let me reduce it to 10. 10 is too much. 5. I just want a little space. Okay, you see there's gap here now. Okay, we have margin on our page. Okay, that's it. Do I want padding? Okay, no need for padding. No need for padding though, so let me just put this padding 0 px. Okay, I hope you guys followed up in the basic class, because I already explained what margin and padding is, but if you're still confused, I'll still explain it along the line again. So I was going to ask you guys, do you prefer this kind of class, like I should be teaching live and then you can be asking questions live on this class so I can know what to reply to you guys, or would you prefer would you rather prefer I kind of do the same thing I do on the other videos, like I'll create a video for you guys and post it on the group? I want to know what you think, so just comment on the video. I want to know if I should post videos for you guys, or maybe I should like you know, let's say continue the way this class is going. So either way, let's just continue. Now for my body, I want to give it a background color. Let's give it this is what I want for my page. Okay, that's it. So body h1, let me give this class. Let me give it class. Let me name it header 1. Copy. I assigned a class to it and I called that class header 1. Now let's come here. Dots, because I'm using class, I start with a dot. Header 1. Let's give it a font size. Let's call it 30px. Okay, you can even make it 100. It really depends on what you want. Or since this is the only h1 we have here, we don't have any other h1, let's just use h1. Let's not give it a class, let's use h1 instead. Let's use h1 instead, because it's already an element here. So let's just customize h1, since, you know, if I had another h1 element here, let's say I had h1 and then I had maybe something else inside it. Once I customize h1, it affects everything that has the h tag. But since I don't have, it's the only h1 on my page, let me just custom work with it. H1, instead of naming header and the rest, let me work with it. H1, font size 100. Okay, let me just use 30. Let's use a background, the color black, background, no color white. Oh, sorry. Okay, this is what I want. Use a padding of let's say 20px. Want a padding of 20px, or better, width of let's say 400px. Okay, it's too small. 500. This is our width. Then we have our padding 20px. You see there is now space inside because I added padding. Now I want to give a little gap here. Let me use margin bottom. Sorry, margin bottom. Let's put margin on the bottom, 10px. Okay, I have a little space here. If you can use 100, see, the more the space you have. So let's use 20. Okay, that's what I want. Okay, that is it. So for here, search these buttons. Do we need to customize these buttons? I don't know. For here, for these ones, this is the p tag. I can assign a class to it, but it's the only p I have here. If I only want to customize this one, I can just give it a class, but since this is the only p here, let's say p font family. Let's change the font, so let's say, okay, font size 25px, color, you can say red. I think that's it. This is just brief. I'm just making everything brief, so by Friday we can commence with something more complex. Now for the buttons, okay, let me I'll customize the buttons together. I think I should customize it together. Let me show you. Okay, what I've been saying. Let me use button. Let's say padding 10px, color. Let's say we want the color to be blue violet. Then we want the background color to be blue. That is it. Margin, we want to put it on the center. So for the top and bottom, put 0px, and then for the left and right, we want it to be center. We write automatic, auto. Okay, that didn't work. So it doesn't work for button. That's so. The other things you can try align center, align content center. That doesn't work. There's also justify content center. It doesn't work. That doesn't work. So you can also do text align, but this only works for text. Only works for text, so it's not working there. Now the reason is because why this isn't working is because I'm actually is an element, and it's kind of customizing elements is kind of complicated. So what I want to use now, I'll have to use my div if I want to do that. Let me use div. Now these buttons, I'll put it inside, Control X, and put it inside here. Still the same thing. Okay, these colors are kind of thin. Okay, like for this div, let me give it a class. Let me name it, since I want to center it, let me name it CENT. Let me name it Cent. Copy the name Cent. Now I come here, dot cent. I want to center this so I can easily, okay, let me show you what I mean. Background color, let's say LC blue, you see. Please, if you have any question, please. Okay, let me check for a question. What's the function of bulk sizing? Sorry, I didn't read this question on time. Answer how you linked the CSS. I prefer the live classes. Okay, I prefer on Telegram, Meet Google. So we can talk to you directly and interact. Okay, for Meet Google, I'm coming to that. For Meet Google, mainly why I don't use that is because sharing screen, and our network is kind of buggy, and or that, and then meet Google. Okay, I'll have to think about that. I'll consider that. Oh, Prosper, you're just saying, please click the other link. Click the other link, please. This last link I sent. Okay, now for box sizing is just about your page arrangement. I like that's why I use on my box sizing. I use the border box. It's just my border. I'm maintaining my border. It's not really. It depends on what you want. There's content box. There's a border box. But for box sizing, it's just your page sizing. How it sizes your pages. Like if I'm customizing for phones, I can use content box. If I'm customizing for my PC, I'll use my border box. But it depends on what you actually want. Okay, now I think I'm getting an error here. Getting some error here. So what's wrong here? Control Z. Okay. Background color. Let's say white. So you can see, okay, nothing is happening here. Let's say width, no, height, 200px. As you can see, you see that 200px. Now let me go back here and kind of record all this. Background color white. As you can see now, all these two buttons now, they are inside this div called sent. I named this div sent. So you see these two buttons are here, and I kind of put this sent now. I added background color of white, so as you can see, these two buttons are inside the div sent. So now I want to center this div. Let's say margin for the top 10px and the other auto. Can still center this. Okay, you can also use let's say if I don't want to use this, you can also use sorry, we are back. I added a border radius 10px. You see what I said? You just have a little network issue. This is a border radius 10px. I don't know this timing for this class. I hope it's okay with you guys. I hope it's all right, because I don't know everyone's schedule. That's why I would normally put it 9 p.m. but I would suggest if you can have this class, let's say, okay, never mind. I think the 9 is kind of convenient. It's kind of convenient for everyone. So this is reg number, this is name, this is sex. Okay, I'm still trying to bring this to the center. Now all this I'm trying to do is with my CSS. I've been trying to use my CSS and it's not working. But if you feel like I'm tired, this is stress, this is kind of stress, you can just come here. That, like I said, is programming. There are many different ways you can solve this issue. Could have just done this from the start. Could be like center, cut out all this, Control X, V. As you can see, it's now in the center. I don't want to use flex because I've not taught you guys flexing or block elements. I've not taught you guys that, so I don't want to use flexing. Flexing, if I assign flex to this, I can just say justify content center and everything goes to the center. But I've not taught you guys flexing. There is still on your course outline. I'll still handle that. So as you can see, this is it. Okay, I think I have a message. I'm having a message from one of you. Don't worry, just join in. I think I'm having a message here. It's just revision. Don't worry, it's just revision. I think you followed up very well with the last class. Just join in. I think we are 3 now. Okay, you guys are complete for this class now. Okay, yeah. YouTube is okay because you guys get to comment. Okay, that's nice. Okay, so we are done with this button. Same thing we did here. We can still do the same thing for our A tag. That's our A. Let me just customize. I don't want to stretch more. Let me just copy all this. Control C. Now let me just change the color to red. Now this is for my, okay, Control Z. Red. Okay, that's it. Okay, I want to remove this line, this underline, text decoration, none, and then this background color is too, and use green. I don't know, one that will be black. And use black. Search, as you can see, submit advanced search. Search the web. You see, takes us to the external side. Now for tables, now let's get to our table. Table, you have table, you have the table header, then we have the table row to table data too. Now for our tables, we want to give it a border 1px. Let's give it 1px solid black. As you can see everything inside the table is now in the border. I gave it a line of, okay, let me make it bolder by adding 2. As you can see, this is the line size is 2 pixels. Now if I remove this solid, this 2px is just a thin line, you can't even see it with your eye, but that's why I added this solid here, so you can make it, you can solidify the line for you to be able to see it. Now for our table header, let's do the same thing. I want to use the same line, same thing we did here. See, same thing we did here. This whole thing now, you can, instead of stressing ourselves with all this, you can just easily do this table comma t head comma t d. See, same thing, different ways to solve the problem. Table header, table data. Let's add the padding of 10px. All of them have padding, and then we want to collapse border I think I'm okay with this. Let me just go back. I think it's better the other way. Now, the reason I would like to do this way is, let's say I want to change the color here. Let me change this to red. Let me change this to blue. You see, I have different colors here, so you can do this, or you can decide to use everything here. Now you can still add our padding back. Padding the table, let's say 5px. This is just for the table. For the table header, let's give it 10px. Oh, sorry. Any question? Okay, no question yet. padding 10px, and then here now table data have padding 5px. As you can see. Okay, let's give some margin. Let's give some margin here. Margin, let's say what can we use here? 10px as our margin. Control X, Control X, Control V. Same thing here. Okay, we have a little margin here. Okay. I think that's it for tables. Now for these images, let me customize this image. Yeah, let me customize this image. img image. That's the image tag img. Border radius. Let me say. Okay. There's something you can do. I know I told you guys that border radius you can bend everything together, but let me show you another trick to it. Let me show you another trick to it. Let's say border. Let's say top left. We don't want to. Okay, we want to use our top left radius. And then bottom right radius. That's our top left. This is our top left. Let me bend it up to 20px. I want to just bend one side. You see 20px, can make it 50. Now let me bend this one to px. You see? It's kind of curvy, nothing here, curvy. See, I can bend here and bend here. Besides, same thing you do. So for those using mobile, you can still just type it in. Border bottom right radius. That's lots of work, but let me use 100. See? This is just a design. This is a design now. You can do the same thing for your video. I think video. I don't think video is that too customizable, but let's try. Same thing. I think it's kind of too much here. It's kind of too bent. Here, let's give space. Let's give some space. And our video BR. Okay, it's actually bent. Let me use here for this video. Let me use the other way around. Let me use the other way around for our video. Let me say border. Let me say border top right, bottom left. Okay, want our bottom left, yes. 100px. Let me use 70px. And then border, want our top left, top right. 70px. See this one for our video. You can add if okay, this for image you can add some, let's say border 2px solid red. See This is a design. Let's copy this. Same thing here. You see? It's now kind of a design. I think that's it. That's just a quick rundown of what we did here using classes, ID, images, videos. I think we've customized this. Okay. As for the rest, mouse events and the rest, we're going to be taking that one by one here. After we do our buttons and the rest, we're going to be doing, we're actually going to pick, I think we're going to study all this, and then we'll pick a website, we'll pick a random website, and then use all this to kind of customize it, stuff like that. But I think we are done with this. We are done for this class. We are done for this class for today. Please, please, if you have any question, please ask now. Any question, just type your questions in. Send in your questions now, so I can answer them here. I can answer them to all of you right now. Have any questions? I'm still here. Please type in your questions. This is what we have here. And please, I want you guys to try this out, please. If you are still stuck on the other, you're still trying to start, don't worry, just forget about that. Just follow up with what I'm doing here. Try and follow up with what I'm doing here. This is it. Then also, please, on the group, please, after this class, please drop your email address. As you can see, this is a public video. I had issue with the private video. Please send me your email addresses. I'll be sending you the links to the class via your email address. I think that's what I did on the other play. I actually forgot to do that here. I said let me try and send you guys a link, but the link was actually kind of late to start asking for your emails. So please send me your emails so I can mail you the links to the class. That's an invite to the class. So whenever you get to the class, it will be showing you a private video. This video is private, stuff like that. So please ask in your questions right now. Let's get those questions. Okay, I think there was a question I didn't answer here. I didn't understand how you linked the CSS. Sorry. I forgot that. I forgot I haven't attended to that. So let me teach you that. Let me show you that. This is what I did. Under my title, after my title, where I named my advanced web here. That's my title. And what I used was link. As you can see, link. I linked my CSS. If I'm using persist, I can just easily do this, but since you are not using this thing, you can just type in it. You can just type this. This is what you need to type on your mobile. Link, then this is your reference, and then style sheet, and then the name of the style sheet, index. This is where I customize. I use the index.css. This is how I linked it. Watch now. You see, it's not linked. Let me open this site again. You see, it's kind of disarranged. But the moment I link it back, you see, everything is back on. So that's it for that question. Okay, anything else, please? I'll be ending this class very soon. So please, if there's any other thing that you need to know, please just ask right now. Okay, if you still need to take a look at the code, let me go through the codes again. At this. You can see this. Okay, no questions. Okay, no questions. So I'll assume that you all got what I was explaining throughout the whole class. That was a bump. Thank you all for listening. Thank you for joining the class. In the absence of that, I think in the next class we'll be looking at this class should be by Friday, same time on Friday. We should be looking. Should be starting this fully. That's your advanced class. That's what we'll be heading. And for the next class, that's what we start. We'll start with it. I think I'll be doing listing and forms and some other checkbox on the rest. So okay, there's a message on the group. I think I have a message on the group. Let me check. Okay. Yeah. I've seen your email. Please, the other two guys, please drop your email too. Drop your emails, please. I need to drop your email so I can mail you to the class. Okay. All right. So I'll see you guys on the next class, and thank you for joining this class. I remain Donvest. I'm your teacher, and I'll be your guide through your process of learning web design. So it's not a difficult process. Sometimes coding can be really stressful, but it's kind of really, you just have to be patient. Okay, yeah, Daniel Henry, thank you too. So I think this is where we end the class. So thank you for following, and I'll see you on the next class. If you have any question and you couldn't ask on this group, you can drop it on the WhatsApp group, please. If you have any other question, please drop it on the WhatsApp group. I know why I said on WhatsApp group, because someone might be finding it hard that same question. Someone might find it hard there, but immediately you ask, okay, yeah, you can watch this video later again. That's why I say please drop your emails, so you can be getting the videos on your email. Please drop me your email address, so I can access, so I can be mailing the videos and the video link to you directly, so you can access it from your emails. I think that's it. So I have to end the class here. Okay, it's been a bump, so thank you for joining. Goodbye. I think I'm getting tired already, so